Yes, indeed, folks. You listen to Blue Please here on WoW Radio. Overrunning and loving it. What can I say? Extra length. Extra length for you good people. Now, it's time for the illusion of choice, whereby we allow you to choose the topic at the end of the show and shatter your illusions of choice by only choosing one of them that I prefer. See? It's clever. It's an illusion of choice. Now, I had an interesting topic here from Dragron. Dragron. He's a level 55 dwarf hunter on Draenor US. And it says this: Hey TB, I was wondering how you felt about the concept of making the dual spec system cost 1,000 gold, and if you think this might cause a rise in gold selling. And if you don't have a level 80, you would never see 1,000 gold as a 40. When I was level 40, I didn't even have 100 gold. So do you think this is a high price will cause gold sellers to get more business? Okay. First things first. Introducing something with cost will always cause gold buying to go up, all the time. Why? Because some people are incredibly lazy. Yeah? And that sucks. It really does. But that is not an excuse at all to not charge. Yeah? That's the whole point of an economy. You're supposed to buy stuff. Too many things already are either free or incredibly cheap. I don't know, I'm being spoiled on the economy of EVE Online at the moment that's actually dynamic and player-driven and all that kind of stuff, and I know that could never possibly happen. Not in WoW, no, not even close. But, yes, if you are going to get an extra feature, which is, let's face it, what you're getting, then, yes, you should have to pay for it, and 1,000 gold is not hard to get at the appropriate level. Now, some people would argue, of course, that it's like, oh, yes, it's hard for level 40s. Now, just tell me, why the hell do you need dual spec at level 40? Really? You don't. You don't need dual spec level 40 at all. Now, back in the day, it was like, oh, well, you could go tank and you could go raid. Right, to start with, even if you're doing stuff at level appropriate, you don't need to be spec'd into tanking. You don't even need to be spec'd into healing. The stuff's easy. That's assuming you're even doing it with a level appropriate group, which is incredibly rare to begin with. That and your power level is increased. This is something that most people don't seem to realise. While leveling up, yeah, your power level is higher, yeah? It's not over 9,000, but it's pretty close. It is higher than what it was 4 years ago because of the way the talents have been changed around. You've got access to abilities and power that you never would have previously. That means the instances have gotten easier. All of the content has gotten easier as a direct result of that. So to be honest, you do not need dual spec. Dual spec is a big luxury, but it's a necessity for level 80s. Yeah, it's a big deal for level 80s. For anything under that, yeah, it really is a luxury, guys. Seriously. I don't really know why they even caved, to be honest, on that particular subject. But I don't see any problem giving it to everybody. It just, if you're going to get it level 40, then I certainly hope it's an alt, because otherwise you're not going to have 1,000 gold. While you're leveling up for the first time, I would imagine that you're not even going to think about dual spec. You're going to just try and learn one. That's what I'd be doing if it was my first time playing through. I wouldn't probably have realised about dual spec or anything like that. That wouldn't be something I'd be interested in. I was like, well, I'll just learn this one. It's easier. I don't really need to go into anything that's like prot or holy or whatever, because I can have a DPS spec and still go do instances anyway, because most of them are either boosted or with a group of multi-boxers or RAFers with heirloom items and all stuff like that. And again, your power level has increased. Stuff has gotten easier. They haven't buffed the difficulty level of the stuff, the low-level instances. That's not happened. So you're going to steamroll it one way or the other. Now, on the subject of gold selling, gold buying, sadly, some people are just lazy. And it doesn't matter how easy Blizzard make getting gold in the game, people are still going to do this. Now, gold selling is a pet peeve of mine. Gold selling is actually the reason that you've got this site that we have right now. It's not entirely complete, because gold sellers hacked into our site, or attempted to at any rate. They weren't very good at it. In fact, they really sucked at it. Now, nobody actually got infected by a keylog because all of our scripts stripped out. Our scripts stripped the scripts. That's really hard to say. They did. We actually had countermeasures in there which stripped out the scripts that were inserted, and now our site is hardened against that kind of thing. And indeed, when the gold sellers discovered that, they decided to DDoS our site. Now, just to understand this, and if any of you have bought gold, just understand this. I have no sympathy for you. At all. I will not take any excuse. Oh, I have RL, blah, blah, blah. I am too busy, blah, blah, blah. No, you are financing the kind of people that do this to sites. I know of 4 WoW sites in the past 3 weeks that have been hacked. Yeah? Big WoW sites. Our site got hacked. Warcraft Movies got hacked. Was it WorldofWar.net? I can't remember. I think, yeah, WorldofWar.net did actually get hacked at one point as well. And How I WoW the podcast that Patrick and Sean do, that got hacked as well. These are literally criminals that you are financing here. We're not just talking about questionable grey area of morals here. We're like, oh, well, I think gold selling's okay. Well, you might think that buying gold and selling gold's okay. Blizzard doesn't. But yeah, I suppose you can argue a little bit of a moral grey area there, where there's some debate. What there isn't open for debate is the compromising and the stealing of innocent people's accounts. Or the compromising of innocent people's sites. That is their property. It is illegal to do that. It is against the law. It is a criminal act. These are the people you are financing. I can't believe the amount of wangs that we get on the forums, like, oh, there's so many gold selling ads, do something about it. These same people are probably the people who bought gold in the first place and financed the damn ads. It's horrendous. The double-faced, double-standard hypocrisy of the whole thing. I can't understand why people would pay money to cheat in an online video game anyway. It's like, that is just stupid. Really? Have you not got anything better to do with your money? Donate it to charity. Or even if you don't want to do that, buy something that's real. Don't buy virtual gold, for God's sake. There are things you can actually live without in WoW if you don't have the time. Either that, or just wait. Just be patient. It's not that hard. Really. So no, if you bought gold, I have no sympathy for you. You financed the guys that hacked into our site, you financed the guys that hacked into all these other guys' sites, and you financed the guys who hack innocent players' accounts every single damn day. You are accomplices. You are responsible for this kind of thing happening. And yes, I hope you do feel guilty. Yes, I hope you do feel bad, because these people are scum. And I will not accept the arguments like, oh, they're just trying to make a living. What right do you have? No, they are scum. They are criminals. It's the same friggin' argument saying, oh, well, I'm just breaking into houses to make a living. Screw that. No. Get an honest day's work, for God's sake. The companies you are working for are profiting off of other people's intellectual property against their will, for one thing, and getting away with it because they happen to be in China. And the Chinese won't do a damn thing about it. And they're not just doing that. They're going beyond that. They're going into hacking, criminal acts. And they are stealing things which belong to other people. Theft, hacking, fraud, phishing, whatever the hell you want to call it. It's all the same thing. And if you support these people, you're scum. It's that simple. I'm not accepting any excuses. Repent your heresies. If you bought gold, then you suck. Pure and simple. And yeah, you can redeem yourselves. You can go out and you can warn people about keyloggers. You can go out and you can warn your friends. Maybe your friends buy gold. Say, hey, you know what? This isn't cool. Because the next time one of your guildies gets hacked, you're the one who financed it. You specifically. You are an accomplice. And don't give me the excuse that you didn't know. What the hell did you think was happening? Do you think it was some random script kiddie in his bedroom hacking all of these accounts? No, it wasn't. It's companies, gold-selling companies, that do this. And you're the guys who finance them, and you'd have to be a dumbass not to realise that. So quit it. Seriously, the only time that gold selling and gold buying is going to stop is when everybody stops. You can eliminate these whispers. You can get rid of all of them. All you have to do is stop buying gold. It sucks anyway. I mean, good lord, grow up. Why on earth would you spend money on something that doesn't exist? I can give you something to spend money that doesn't exist. I have right here an invisible hat. I will sell you this invisible hat for only 35 English pounds. I will sell it to you. I will ship it to you right now. Buy now and secure yourself free postage and packing. An invisible envelope made entirely of air. At least then I can tell you that I won't be financing criminal acts with my invisible hat. With the money, my ill-gotten gains. It's the same thing, you're buying something that doesn't exist. It's pathetic. It's stupid. Why the hell would you do it? I can't fathom it. Some people just must be absolutely lobotomized. Gold selling will be stamped out eventually. I'm determined to see it happen. And you can try and hack our site as many times as you damn please. I don't give a damn. We'll just bring it back up again. DDoS us all you damn well please. It won't make a difference. Because at the end of the day, DDoSing always fails And the site always ends up at the end of it anyway. So just get lost. Go away. We do not want you in our game. You are scum. As are the people who you associate with and sell to. And there ain't no bloody excuse anymore. Shout out time, folks. If you want to shout out, then email themurloc@gmail.com. That is themurloc@gmail.com. Or send me a PM on IRC. That's IRC.MMOIRC.com. #WoW Radio. Alternatively, you can click the chat button on the top of the screen. Last 5 minutes of the show, folks, so send it round there. And just a quick reminder, if you want to enter the contest to win a signed copy of the hardback Blizzard Burning Crusade art book, which I will be providing for those who wish to get their grubby little mitts on it, then you can head over to undergroundwow.blogspot.com, the little blog that we're supporting here. Hopefully it will get much bigger in the next week or so, and leave a comment. Leave something good. Seriously, I'm seeing like comments that are like one line long. Write something properly. Go on there. And of course you can check out my blog, which is blueplease.blogspot.com, which will be supplementing the content of the shows from here on in. Shout out time. Shout out time. Early shout out to Arcanist Belt, because we are downing rank this week. Yes, we are. And then I'm never setting foot in that place again. Well, I probably will, but we'll try and clear it as fast as possible, because, God, MC sucks. A shout out to the Grip of Soul Defiance Brotherhood EU. That's from Mar Zelk. And I had a couple of shout outs that came in my email earlier. This is the problem. Don't send shout outs unless it's the show, because I never remember. Seriously. I never, ever remember at all. A shout out goes out to Seath. Huh. Interesting. Yes. Seath says, TB told me to start a new game last week because I had 6 level 80s. Well, I took your advice now of 2 rank 40s in war. Which else will win? How much free time do you have? Can I have some, please? Obviously, you've got it in abundance. A shout out to the people from the other side, Guild on Mazrigo EU, from their leader, Limus. Oh no, Limus has started a guild on my server, good lord. Can I get a shout out to Snickersnee, Idonus, and the rest of the gang in Eternal Heroes on Thunderhorn US, they rock. Just a, that was almost Adonis. If that was Adonis, by the way, there's like a group of male strippers that do cabarets in England called Adonis, so I wouldn't recommend naming yourself that. Shout out to those who already signed up tomorrow's Arcanist Belt Raid, that's from A-Leaf, we're looking forward to it. Shout out to Duncorp from Hymata. Yes, I'm playing in Duncorp. I'm getting my Omen Frigate. That's actually an Omen Cruiser, never mind. I'll have an Omen Frigate too, that's good. I would like a shout out for... No, I don't do shout outs to myself, that's just incredibly egotistical. A shout out to Cadwallian for his amazing new site. Can you plug the site wowpro.com, since it is a useful site for less experienced players? So plugged. And to you for making me roll a Troll Mage for an alt. Troll Mages are the best mages. Any indication to otherwise is simply fallacious and factually incorrect. I'd like a shout out to my 2S, whatever works, Shooting for Gladiator Go Go, Yarg Holy Paladin, Ale, and Armed Storm Rage US. If that was a sentence, then you're just gonna have to let me know, because I'm not entirely sure. A shout out to my guild Slackers, who only show up for Nax face roll raids and not Sartharian or Malagos. Lol, learn to play. Shout out to EVE Online players, that's from Riff Raff, yes, go get yourself podded. A shout out to Grim Legion on Kern Tor from Solamas, that's from Black92 SI. Shout at the... What? A shout at? Shout at the people buying gold, burn in fire. Consider yourself shouted out. Give a shout out to Prodigal of Echo Isles for being awesome and downing Sartharian 3D. 3-dimensional! Oh. Yes, whatever. A shout out to me for being awesome and for... No, quit it! Not all that silliness. A shout out to my guild, Delava, on Mazrigo EU. Mazrigo, the best server. Quite obviously, I'm done, folks. We are completely out of time. Check out our other shows at wcradio.com. Go check out the blogs that we mentioned, undergroundwow.blogspot.com and blueplease.blogspot.com. Feel free to go post on our forums. If you like what we're doing, we are run by advertisement and player donations. Very much appreciated. If you've got a couple of dollars to spare, then you can donate to our PayPal, which you can find on our front page, or donate to WoW Radio Donations via PayPal at gmail.com. That's WoWRadioDonations at gmail.com. I'm out of here, folks. I've been Total Biscuit. You have been a wonderful audience. Good night.